Hello everyone. I have another nice video for you guys today. This is a William Tuch Steelhead, and it was made in 2024, late in the year. And you can see it's quite the colorful one. Let me open it. For those of you who don't know, William Tuch does or makes knives using only manual machines, no CNC, no smart machining. He uses pantographs, uses manual mills, etc. But his work always comes out impeccable. I've only had one of his knives beforehand, before this one, and it doesn't disappoint. I think William has one of the best tuning when it comes to thumb stud action. It really flies out when you open it, and his finishing is also flawless. My previous one, I had a hand rub finish, and I felt like that hand rub finish wasn't perfectly straight. It was one of those, there's so many different types of hand rubs. There's one that is a little rougher grind, one that is like really more polished, almost like a mirror polish hand rub, and I tend to like those better. But the one I got was more on the, I guess, a lower grit one, which I didn't like as much. But when you come to a build like this, and you have a dark Damascus blade, this is certainly very, very nice. You can see that on his thumb studs. His thumb studs tend to be quite thin, but they're still comfortable. It has a nice red carbon quartz inlay in there on both sides. I think the on the close it's extremely, really, really smooth. On the open, I feel like the positioning isn't on this particular model isn't ideal to open. I think at first it might be a little hard, but then you kind of get used to it. There's a nice thumb ramp, but no jimping, so it's still slippery. But we're not gonna hard use this knife. For the pivot, we've got also a Damascus pivot on the lock side. On the show side, you have inlays of red carbon quartz and white carbon quartz into the steel or Damascus pivot, and I really like it because it's almost like a moon shape. So that's really cool. I also really like his double inlays here, red carbon quartz next to the white one. I think the pattern is quite tasteful, and it goes along well with the lines of the knife. Black micarta scales, and of course this is a liner lock, so you have a nice symmetry on both sides, and there's even an inlay on the pocket clip, or two, and actually three. So you've got the nice titanium pocket clip, which has a finish which I haven't seen before from him. It's almost like orange peel, but it's finer and more polished. I really like this finish because it's not going to scratch, and it looks great. And as for the inlays, you can also see another half moon, which is really cool. Pocket clip works well. I tried just sliding it in and out, and it's just effortless. William also puts, not sure if you can see it, his signature inside, but they're always really well done. Some makers have signatures which it feels really rough because they're using a milling machine. I feel like this might be done on a pantograph because it always comes out looking great. And the same, you can see the same, fine polished orange peel finish on the scales and on the back. It almost looks like an integral knife, the way that it's fit and finished. Usually when you fit titanium pieces, you can kind of, I guess you can kind of feel it a little bit with the fingernails, but just looking at it, just looks like an, integral for the most part. Can't really see the seams, and I really like that. Really nice touch. No pun intended. This Tuch Knives has really nice touches all over. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to show you guys this knife, and I think overall he did a banger of a job. It's great. And just one slight comment also on the ergonomics. I think it looks great when you have kind of like a fighter handle style, but when this part is a little bit, I guess, long, it can't really comfortably get on 4 finger grips. It's gonna a little bit odd, but I guess more for the looks than for the usage, I guess. All right, thanks for checking out. See you guys next time.